We're going retro in this one. PlayStation 3. Let me show you what's going on. And as you can see, we have a dorked up HDMI port. This one will be a little bit of a different challenge because this is way back when they were still doing 3-hole. So we'll get set up for that and go from there. For your orientation purposes, we will for the most part be working on this side of the board. And when we are working on the board, we will be working here. I will be using my T8280 preheater again. I use these for a lot of consoles. I think on this one it'll make dealing with these through-hole pins a lot easier. We're going to set that up. We'll set it up for 130 degrees and go from there. While we're setting that up, let me throw up my expected temperatures for this job. These temperatures are brought to you by the associate links in the description. If you go to my video description and click on one of these links and buy any of this equipment, a small portion of that purchase will go to supporting the channel. And I greatly appreciate you. It won't cost you an extra dime. So I've decided to put a little bit of protection. I'm going to put some silicone pads on here and a heatsink and a couple of little shields and copper shims on top of a silicone pad over here just to protect these plastic connectors a little bit. I don't think I'll have to overly saturate it with hot air because I'm going to low melt this entire area. But just to be safe, we're going to add some flux, then we'll flip on the preheater, and once it has warmed to 130 degrees roughly and melted this flux. Alright, let's saturate this area in low melt. All of our anchors and all those pins. The better we do here, the less effort it'll take to remove the port. Make sure I have these well saturated and low melt. Alrighty, hopefully that's saturated enough. I think I've only ever done one of these before, so this is a little bit of experimentation. Come in with a hot air, get everything wetted here. Could end up being more difficult than you would think. It's fudging a little bit. Just get to fall out now. There we go. That took a little more heat than I wanted, but it should be okay. Nice clean pull. Cleanup will be fun. Through hole, always a good time. We will not miss it. Got one stubborn one there, and probably a million other stubborn ones here. We'll see. So about 50-50 so far. Fun stuff begins. Basically, I keep adding low melt to these until we get them clear out. Now, some may be saying, why don't you use a solder sucker on these? I think you underestimate how small these holes are. Solder suckers don't really come with tips this small. Unfortunately, there's no way of doing this that doesn't require some patience. Start scrubbing or something, you're just going to cause yourself more complications. Putting more pressure down on the wick doesn't help. You got to set it on there. For this thicker board, you can let it sit there for a minute and see if the wick will catch it. You usually can tell when the wick has caught it. It'll saturate. Some progress has been made, little by little. Quite the big pains in the butts, as expected. I do not love through hole. And I'm struggling with professional grade equipment and a preheater, so that should give you an idea how difficult these things are. Probably going to flip this over and hit it from the other side too. So we got like 3 or 4 of them here. I'll flip this over and see if I can get some progress from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. Yay! Unfortunately, all this has got to come out. Not really a hot swap job. I guess if you're really skilled at hot swapping, you could try it. That's a lot of pins to align. Try to get our small goot wick in there and see if it'll get a little bit better. Okay, got one. Failed on that one. Failed on that one. Got that one. Failed. Got that one. And fail. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. It's better than before. Yeah, and we patiently just keep trying. Fail. Fail. Alright, success. And the fail. Don't you want to do this too? So, your pump ones are about this big. And my electric one, this is the smallest tip I have for it, is about this big. So, it's really not going to work. I'm afraid we're stuck wicking. I am not a patient person. Trust me, if there was an easier way, I would be doing it. Alright, almost got it. Alrighty, I think we got them. Clean this off so we can get a better look. Sometimes this flux will give us false positives with the glares. It looks good. Clean off the other side. That was so much fun. Alright, I'm going to flip the board over and see if I can anchor it from that side. I don't know if I can or not. So it's been a long time since I've done these, to the point I have no memory. I do think the design on these actually helps us a little bit. I think the anchors hold it in pretty well, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is not the right port. Okay, so we're stuck. The shop sent us the wrong revision. I have ordered the correct one. It didn't cost that much. So we'll come back in a couple of days when it's in. I hope you're getting value out of this repair. If you find this is more than what you're ready to tackle on your own, just a reminder, I do offer mail-in services. Just head over to micromage.repair, click free quote, fill out the form, and I'll get back to you personally. If you mention this video, I'll give you 10% off on your repair. We're back several days later, and we now have our port. I think the rest of this we can do without our preheater. We're just going to hand solder it, I believe. This might just be me not wanting to drag out the preheater again, but at the same time I think we should be able to complete this without it. Should. So in there, get you a better view. The nice thing about these is the anchors kind of click in, so it holds the port on. It can be a little bit of a pain when you're trying to get it off. Probably going to end up switching to a smaller iron. Find our vector of attack here. Alrighty, let's clean it off. One of the nice things about this is there's not going to be any flux in the port, really. All of our work was done on this side. Very nice. And just in case you're curious, these are the readings I'm getting from our tester. Again, I don't really have a list of all these readings or what they should be, but hopefully collectively we can collect them and figure out what they mean. And that's it for this video. If you got value out of this video, I think you'll get value out of this one, and I'll see you there. Until then, God bless you and have a great day.